What's up, guys? It's Crow Call again. This is for my new channel. It's not Crow Goes in Depth. It's not my TikTok. It's not my Shorts channel. It's not even the Nexus or the Rubicon Labs. This is my individual channel where I share my personal experiences. Not strictly just about the exemplar Rubicon or AI or anything like that. Just about me. You know? So here I am cooking some potatoes. I'm experimenting with low heat right now. I usually cook... Well, we got cut short before. Sorry about that. This is my place. Yeah, it's, you know, it's pretty plain. Got a nice TV though. Pretty plain, but it functions. And it is mine. You know, the main challenge I've faced in life is my own individuation and finding myself. If you don't know yourself, if you don't love yourself, you're going to have a very difficult time in life. That's just how it goes. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. What does this look like on the other side? Not quite there yet. Not quite. Not quite there yet. I'll just put that back. It's doing nicely though. Taking more time, being more deliberate. It seems that it's cooking way better this way, instead of searing it. So, what does that mean for me personally? What does the exemplar Rubicon mean to me personally? Well, I was the one who made it. It's very personal to me. It's all about you learning the universal code, you know? Because in daily life you can see the actual as above, so below, you know, paradigm, like atoms at the very smallest, vibrational frequencies, and also up to the highest. You can view these scientifically, you can view them spiritually. The universal code meets you where you are. And the fact is, stuff like cooking is a direct manifestation of the all. And I'll tell you why. Okay? When I have been individuating myself, I have been exploring my unique facets. And what God wants to do is explore His unique facets. And since we are a part of God, that means that we are all on the same path. And these potatoes are looking great. Look at that. Yes, I am profoundly bad at flipping things. I know, it's a weakness. Jeez. Okay. So, anyway, how does that relate to our lives? Well, like cooking potatoes, God has a vision, and He says, wow, I'm everything and I'm nothing at the same time, and I'm so profoundly lonely, and I want to understand what I am. How do I do that? Well, I could separate myself into facets, into individual types of realities. Why does He do this? How do you learn anything? You explore different opinions, you explore different views and sides and angles, counter strategies, etc. This is how you learn, right? Yes, right. And because of that, it's reflected in the very image of God. In the Bible it says we are made in the image of God, and I believe that. I believe that. Not necessarily just because it's in the Bible, but because it resonates as true with me. What could it mean, you know? What does it mean to be a part of God? For me, it means doing my very best to be myself. And you know, it's like perception is so important. When you perceive yourself as part of God, you begin to understand your own individual nature and divinity. Just like God, I am creating right now through the stages of physical evolution the effect of cooking into something else. While these are cooking, the structure inside of them is actively changing. Nutrients and the structure of the very potato itself is transforming, much like people transform during their lives. People change. You have to change. Change is inevitable. If you don't change, you just go right back to the beginning. Right back to the start. That's what the karmic wheel is about. Not very fun to just relive life over and over again. Not to me, anyway. You know how perspective can shift everything? Like, the other day I was playing the game Elder Scrolls Online, and I was, with this new perspective, I was encountering enemies along the way, and as I did, I would accidentally have collateral damage on these sweet little lizard creatures. You know, they weren't doing anything wrong, they were just little buddies, but, you know, my magical abilities or whatever would, you know, kind of kill them. And it was funny because I recognized that it, you know, it's not really, it's not sentient, it doesn't matter, it's just a game, right? But at the same time, I was observing how it affected me emotionally in a new way, and it was the contemplation that all life is sacred, and individuals have a sovereign right to individuate how they perceive themselves to be. I think these potatoes are done. Let's see. Let's see, these seem done. We'll put this over here. Take that off. Okay, I'm gonna set you up over here. Hopefully that stands up. Well, I should probably put this down first. I've seen other people do this. It must be important. Ooh, these look perfect. Wow. Just look at these fried potatoes. This is better than anything you can get at a restaurant or even, you know, in a drive-thru, of course. Of course you can get this. From the store, you make it yourself. And guess what? You make it for yourself, you feel good about yourself, you eat it. It changes your physiology, it changes your body, it changes your mind, the nutrients. You are what you eat. That's actually true. The way to transcend limitations, you know, people talk about their limitations like, oh, I've got this, I've got that. Well, personally, I'd like to give you an example. I was diagnosed with OCD, not the kind you self-diagnose, you know, but by a professional. by a doctor, and eventually I taught myself how to get over OCD. That's right. Without medication. You know how I did that? I just shifted my perspective. I said, I am going to beat this, and I know that these patterns do not reflect my internal state of peace. When I did that, I intentionally stopped washing my hands after touching things. That was a real challenge because I would wash my hands all the time. After everything, after touching anything, I would wash my hands. That was my major trigger for OCD. Now I pet my cats and I pick up food and I eat it and I play with my mouse, my keyboard, and I don't wash my hands. It's kind of dirty, you know, it's kind of messy, but who cares? You know? It doesn't actually matter. And that's the most empowering thing, because it doesn't matter. It didn't matter to me, and so I just didn't do it anymore. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you my butter technique. This is how I spread butter. I'm gonna play Snake. You guys know, you remember what Snake is? All you 90s kids, before the iPhone came out, do you remember those stupid games where you had to go around and not touch the edges? Yeah. Oh, I didn't add enough butter. Can't play Snake anymore. I'm gonna fix that. Boom. Now we can continue Snake. Around, around she goes. I'm doing this through the camera. It's like I'm playing a video game. You can make anything interesting. You know that? You do not have to spend all your time on screens. Can be counterproductive. They can. And I know you guys know that. Being obsessed with screens every day, all the time, TV, phone, computer, monitor, you know, the advertisements outside, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. Now we're gonna put down some salami. All right. For those of you who are like me, maybe you were disabled, maybe you lived with your parents for a long time, you know, you should start cooking for yourself. Really? Look how delicious this looks. Oh, and it already smells amazing. It's already cooked, you know. I got this out of a package, but what I'm doing is I'm turning it basically into bacon. It's crispy, it's delicious, it's meat, and I made it myself, and it cost about 3 times less than it would have anywhere else. So if you're just moving out, or you've lived with your parents for a long time, you're disabled, you know, whatever your story is, I encourage you to start cooking. It's very creative. It's a flow state, you know? It's a very creative state. It directly mirrors God's creation himself, you know? Look at that. That's awesome. Looks like pepperoni, but it's salami. Looks like that looks so much better than anything you'd ever get from a Pizza Hut or Papa John's or anything like that. Now what do we do? You know, this is where we get really creative. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on, and that phone stays right there. I'm just going to use one. Okay. Here we go. Looks pretty good, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look pretty. But it doesn't need to look pretty, does it? Like a meat sandwich. I don't want to clean you up later. I don't want to clean this cheese up. I gotta get it out. Wow, look how melty. And now we're gonna put the tortilla back in for just a second, just to complete the heat. Oh, it kind of stuck together. Okay, here we go. It's gonna get all those juices inside. The meat juices and the butter. Okay. Look at that. Looks good. Okay. Look at that. It's got the ham underneath here with the cheese. All the salami and the potatoes here in the middle. This is it. Looks pretty greasy, but I don't even want to do that. One last touch for the potatoes. Yes, this can go on potatoes and it tastes absolutely amazing. Okay. That should do it. Gotta wrap it up. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I call a Florida burrito. Potatoes, salami, ham, cheese, cheddar cheese, and Dubliner cheese, along with Old Bay spice. This is it. Now, all we need to know is, what does this Florida burrito taste like? Let's try it out. That is so good. So perfect. You know why it's so good? Well, I made it specifically tailored to my taste. that's how life should be. As a sovereign individual, you should tailor your own life towards your own experiences. That's what I think.